Hello everyone and welcome to the final episode of 4-star Pokemon photos in new Pokemon Snap. This episode we're going to be taking on Durice and Aurus Islands, and we're going to start with Durice Cave. This is purely because I want to finish this like the last two with a legendary Pokemon photo, and so I have to shuffle around the order a bit and do just Zero Snowfields last. But it's only me who cares about these things anyway. So, up first in the cave we are going to be doing Goodra. And in order to get to Goodra, we need to be getting to the end, to the kind of the Rimstone Pool. So we need to activate the Crobats that open the way to the Rimstone Pools, and then I'll see you there. So we Illumina the first Crobat to wake it up, and then we use the Melody to wake up the second Crobat up there by having it spooked with Gengar, and then that should open the way to the Rimstone Pools. The Goodra we're interested in is not this Goodra, there is a separate Goodra a little later on. So we can actually see the Goodra of interest down there, it's kind of shuffling around over there, but first off we got to activate some other shit. So if we head over here, then we will see underneath us, is it here? Or is it there? There's something in the Brimstone Pool, in this Brimstone Pool with all this groundwater. So what we need to do is chuck some fluff fruits in. Well, that failed really badly, didn't it? Yep, nothing worked there. Cool, let's try that again. So the scan does guide it us to it there. You've got to make a bit of a blind shot over there to where that scan is. There we go, we've hit it. So a Magikarp will come flopping out. And we just have to occasionally hit this Magikarp with an Illumina Orb. And whenever we do, it'll flop into a different pool. And just kind of keep track of where it is and make sure you keep hitting it with Illumina Orbs to keep it moving between the pools. And now we're getting towards the Goodra, and this is what we want. When it's in front of the Goodra, hit the Goodra with an Illumina Orb, and it'll yeet the Magikarp off. I think I could have waited a little bit longer and got a better shot of that, but that is certainly the behaviour we're after. Let's see how that is, and I'll determine if I need to reshoot. But if I got 4 stars, I'll reshoot it. If not, I won't. That's how it works. Looks like we got it, though, 'cause we've got a new behaviour. Yep, there we go. That's it, of it doing this kind of tail slam on that Magikarp. And that is Diamond, which is great. So let's, it's in 4-star Diamond even. Surprisingly good. Let's head, and now we need to do both. I'm going to do first Geodude, so we need to head as if going on the way kind of to the Crystal Cave route. Now this bit here, you can see on the left there are 2 Geodudes headbutting each other. We just need to hit the further back one with an Illumina Orb, and it will power up, beat the shit out of the person the Geodude is fighting, and then, after a moment, keep it glowing, it'll shuffle over to the end, and it'll do... Come on. Why do you not do the behaviour? Come on. I hate this game sometimes. Did that perfectly, just didn't do it. So, with that, we'll count that as setup, and we'll go to the end of the level, because we're going to do Noibat while we're here. The Noibat one is a behaviour we've already seen and taken a photo of, it just has to be slightly different. Do you remember it scanning those fluff fruit a couple of episodes ago? What we have to do is, there's 3 of them down here, and remember I said that if you hit them with a fluff fruit, they fly off. To get a 4-star, what you need to do is find the Noibat down here, hit 2 of them with the fluff fruit to get them to fly away, and then feed it to the third. That's kind of the only remaining one, and that is the only way to do this. So with those 2 both flown off, we can then safely feed a fluff fruit to the remaining one. God, why is this end area so bouncy? And it doing the scan there should count, but we will be sure by just getting really close to it. Damn bouncy bottom. There we go, come on, scan. Ideally, I would like it looking at me, so let's try that again. Oh, it's rejecting those fluff fruits. What a bastard. Come on. Scan. There we go. That's got to be it. Cool. I'll hand those ones in, and then I'll have another crack at the Geodude. Didn't count that, Noibat. Fun. Right, let's redo both of those, then. I'm going to try hitting that Geodude a little sooner. That might be a bit of a trick. Yes, there we go. So, oh, no, we hit the other one by accident. Whoops. Well, what's going to happen now? Oh, it still beats it. And do the behaviour. There we go, does a one-armed handstand. It just didn't do that last time. That's fun. Cool, let's head to the end and do the Noibat. I've learned some stuff from some research. It's interesting. Sometimes in this game, because it's unclear always what triggers what, people can basically get superstitious and just be like, oh, well, this is what I was doing when I happened to do it. The guide I first looked at basically said, yeah, when we managed to get this to work, we scared the other Noibats off. You don't need to do that. What you need to do is get a photo of a Noibat eating a fruit. You'll notice there it scanned some of them and rejected them. There is just a small chance when it scans them that it accepts it. Most of the time it rejects. And what we need to capture for this one is the Noibat any Noibat actually eating a fluff fruit. So what we just have to do is feed them, watch them scan it, and see if they eat it. And it's the eating that we want. So that one's scanning, and that's a rejection. Let's put another couple of ones down just to be sure. Okay, that one's going to fly away, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Right. Scan, and... anyone accepting it? Oh yeah, there we go. That one was eating it. That one was eating it. I think we got that. It certainly happened. Whether I got a good photo of it, we'll have to see. And I think the other one was kind of blocking. I can see why clearing the other two out does actually help a little bit. But it's not the behaviour you're actually going for. It's the eating behaviour that's it. Didn't get it there. But we did get the Geodude doing the handstand. So we'll go for that. And then I will try and get the Noibat again. Crystal, not Crystal, only Silver on that Geodude. Well, it's fair enough, it's not the best photo. I was a bit too far away because I thought I might need to trigger it earlier. I still might need to trigger it earlier. That's the thing, it's like, you only know what works the time you actually like do the shot successfully. You don't necessarily know which element of that was the causal relationship. What? No. The Noibats have just flown away. Don't do that. I didn't even do anything. Okay, I may have scanned, but scanning shouldn't spook them. What the shit? This game's bullshit sometimes, you know. Right, we seem to be all good here, so let's chuck some stuff down to the Noibats. Clear two of them out the way. And we'll see what the third one does. You gonna eat? Nope. Scan and... rejects. Let's try another one. Stupid bouncy floor in here. Why is it so bouncy? It's like a carpet of moss. It should be the opposite of bouncy. Right. Scan and... reject. Alright, let's try again. Ooh. Scan and... accept! There we go. That's got to be the shot. That was a nice clear one. If it's not that, then the professor's full of shit, frankly. Yeah, the professor is not full of shit. Don't have to write to his university and have him try and revoke his chair that he presumably holds. It's unclear whether professorships work in the same way in the Pokemon world. Anyway, that's only Silver after all that, but it is Noibat and it is Durice Cave completed. So on next we go to Aurus. And we've got two targets initially in our kind of first pass of Aurus we're going to do, so we're going to first attempt Sigilyph. So I will see you at the beginning of the kind of ruins area. Do you remember the sleepy Sigilyph we got a photo of for a request a while ago? Not a while ago, like 3 episodes ago. It's that one, but we just need to do something else with it, so I could have done this at the same time with that request, but I didn't, did I? So our target Sigilyph is just right on the left here. Hit it with a fluff fruit and it will wake up. Chuck a fluff fruit on the ground and it should... start eating it was what you're supposed to do. Stop sounding the alarm and eat a fluff fruit. So it eats. Oh, it bats it away, damn it. Right. Eat. Oh, bats it away, damn it! Well, this is an unlikely event that's happening multiple times. I got probably one more crack at this. Eats it. Bats it away. Infuriating. Right, let's try again. Eats it. Now it's actually eating it. And when it's done, happy dance. And that's the behaviour we want. Cool, got there eventually. While we're here, we're also going to do Woobats. We need to go up ahead a little bit until we've passed under this tree root. Now, here we see a Woobat, and we dislodge it with a fluff fruit. And it should turn around, or something like that, but if we scan, because it's a sonic bat, it scans in response to us scanning, and that is your 4-star on the Woobat. Bit of a rough start with the Sigilyph, but I think that ended up pretty good. That is looking pretty good. So, 4-star on this of it doing a happy dance, not a great photo, but it is the behaviour. And the Woobat is actually pretty good, and is also the behaviour. Let's submit the pair of them. Gold on the Sigilyph, that is surprising. And silver on the Woobat. If you were to get me to guess which one of those would be better than the other, I would have been completely fucking wrong. Right, up next, we are going to do 2 in 1. We're going to do Umbreon and Absol. It's basically the same behaviour, or it's the same process of events that triggers for the pair of them. So, let's head back in. We need to activate Umbreon the way we did before by kind of first using the Melody to scare off the Noibat and then luring it out with some food. So, upon doing that, the Salandit will successfully call out the Umbreon. But it's nothing to do with the Umbreon here. In fact, once the Umbreon is loose, we'll see it a little later in the level. Let's proceed as normal. So now the Umbreon is asleep near this final kind of Illumina Pokemon statue. A couple of Illumina orbs will wake it up. And then it'll do a little call. And it should walk off. And if we follow it, Absol drops down. And we can get the pair of these as one maneuver. Of them kind of greeting each other. Just make sure you kind of use the cursor to move to make sure you catch shots at both of them. But you get plenty of chance for both of them. And I believe it's this whole maneuver is the behaviour, so you've got lots of opportunities to get it, and hopefully I did so there. It's looking good. 4-star on the Umbreon. Let's get a good shot of it. Yeah. And 4-star on the Absol. Excellent. Ooh, crystal for 5,000 on the Umbreon. That is good. And 5,000 on the Absol. Both very good. Wonderful. And that's us done with Aurus Island. Now we're going to head back to Durice, and we're going to head into the snowfields. Oh, we've got ruins up to max level as well. It's pleasing how many of these we're getting up to max level by 100%ing the... Well, we're not 100%ing the game, but close to 100%ing the game, frankly. So first off, we are going to do Furret. There's this Furret next to us here. Chuck a fluff fruit to that Furret to start getting him in the right position. Come on, have the fluff fruit. No, eat it. Eat the fluff fruit. Do I have to bonk you with it? Hit. Eat. Eat. Eat fluff fruit. You annoy me. Right, let's try that again. Do I have to bonk him with it then? Because he does not seem to want to eat it. Well, let's see if that does it. Off to our left here is a Crystal Bloom. Hit that Crystal Bloom and a Furret will pop out. And it will kind of go into that hole. But yeah, there should be another Furret there, and it's not. So that's bizarre. Let's try it one more time, and then it's research time. At least this one's right there at the beginning, so it doesn't matter if it just repeatedly doesn't trigger the behaviour. Yep, no idea. Let's research. Okay, so it turns out you do need to bonk it, but you need to bonk it immediately here, and it'll go, ah! And then it'll run away. Crucially, it will run back to its hole. And this is what we have to do. We've got to basically set up a kind of Furret fight. So it'll run to a hole over there. Then we spook this one here with an Illumina Orb, and it'll pop out, and it will attempt to go into that hole. But it can't, because that hole is already occupied by another Furret, so they'll have a little angry Furret fight, and that's what we got to get after. If there wasn't a Beartic in the way, we could get an excellent shot of that. That's still pretty good. Cool. Let's submit that one. That's a funny one. It looks like a weird sock puppet. Let's submit that. Yeah, silver, that's alright. Right, let's go back to that beginning section, and we are going to do Cubchoo. So here we have to, in this bit here is a Cubchoo, which we reveal if we hit it with a fluff fruit. And what we have to do is now keep an eye on this Beartic, which will then go back and... Shit. Okay, it should... That was the behaviour of it plucking the Cubchoo out there, but that was way too late on it. Do I just have to make that shot over the thing beforehand, then? There we go. Now we've stopped because of the Beartic being in the way, which is what we want. Yoink! That's the shot we need. We'll go and submit that in a second, but we just want to, while we're here, go through and do Sandslash through here. So in this blizzardy section, there is a Sandslash, which will burrow underground when we scan. And what we need to do is scan, chuck an Illuminor Orb where it's going to be. Which is there, I think. Is it? There it is, it's burrowing around. I think I got it there. There we go. Nope. And it should look at us and smile. There we go, it does a little laugh when you hit it where it would be with an Illuminor Orb while it's digging around. Cool, I think we got both of those. Not confident in either of them, not super confident at least, but let's see. Cubchoo but not Sandslash, there we go, let's submit that. God, that's funny, let's submit that. Crystal on that, which is good because it's excellent. Let's go and try and get that Sandslash again. So apparently there is a more reliable way of doing this that doesn't involve scanning or anything like that, which is, there's this tree that's got the kind of abominable footprints on it, which we can just ignore. And indeed, between then these two trees, there is an Alolan Sandslash into the ground there. Just hit it with an Illumina Orb, and you do that little laughing maneuver immediately. That one is always there, but if you scan, it'll pop out and you'll have to chase it. But it's always just in a reliable spot. And wonderful, there we go, let's submit that. Brilliant, crystal on that one. And next up, we have Weavile. We've already triggered half of this with Weavile. We just need to lure it with Fluff Fruit over to that tree and have it read the thing on the tree and then run off to fight some Mamoswine. It's that moment we need. We just need it from the Weavile angle, basically. There we go. We finally triggered it. That was an annoying one because it's a lot of luring over there and the angles are all really shitty. Anyway, let's head up here. Then we got to hit this Piloswine with Swinub with a Fluff Fruit, which starts to trigger things. And then two of the Weavile Oils jump down. Then when we Illumina them, it's their initial attack is what we need of them going in there. I think we got it. Not confident though. Oh no, we did get it. Brilliant. There we go. Let's submit that. Yeah. Silver, it's alright. Next, we need to do Froslass. So let's head past the Mamoswine bits and into the ice cave. Well, not the ice cave, the regular cave there. So in this case, cave, over here, there is a sleeping Glalie, and next to it is a sleeping Froslass. What we need to do is doink the Froslass with a Fluff Fruit, and it will wake up, and when it does, it'll look at us, and shit. It'll swipe the air and make a blizzard appear, and that is the behavior we need. Shit. Didn't get it. Not at all. But I took more photos than that. I took photos of it doing the thing. Oh, does it think they're of a Glalie? Oh, it fucking does and all. That's irritating. That's clearly of a Froslass, you mad lad. Right, let's do that again then. I'm also going to try a Glaceon, so take a photo of the Glaceon there and it'll respond by running off. We'll deal with that in a second. Let's have another crack at that Froslass. We've just got to make sure we wake it up, and after a while a Snorunt will wake it up, and we need to stop that from happening. Shit, I think that was nearly it. Right, that's definitely Froslass. Don't you dare tell me that's a Glalie. Anyway, let's head up to the end. And onto this platform here, we need to get a couple of Fluff Fruits. This will cause Froslass to appear on this platform, but this only works if you've taken a photo of it earlier in the level. There we go. And it should eat some of the Fluff Fruit. Nice. And then as soon as it eats the Fluff Fruit, hit it with an Illumina Orb, and it will make it snow. And then it'll bounce around, and I think that was the behaviour. It's unclear. Well, let's submit those. Those are two I'm not confident on at all. Although it looks like we got both of them, yep. So that's your 4-star on the Glaceon, and that's great. And then, yes, oh, only 3-star. Good lord, what do you want from me, game? Ugh. Right, well, at least we'll submit the 3-star one so it doesn't get me excited next time. And we'll go and try the Froslass again, I suppose. Silver, I think that was. I wasn't looking on the Glaceon. And, well, you know, Crystal on that 3-star Froslass. So I messed up in the notes, and the behavior I'm describing is only a 3-star one, so that isn't going to work. What we need to do is go all the way through to the other ice cave. I think I can see how I got this mixed up. Now, as we enter here, we need to turn off the turbo boost, because I need to make sure I can do this in here. There's a Froslass here. Hit it with an Illumina Orb, and it will disappear and teleport. Now we just have to chase down the bastard repeatedly through this level. Whenever it appears, hit it with a Illumina Orb, and it will disappear again. And we keep doing this. I think it won't stop blizzarding until you Illumina Orb it. Then at this point here, if we hit it with an Illumina Orb, it will use some kind of powder snow. And that is the 4-star, I believe. So let's lock that in. There we go. Happy days, let's submit that. And that is a crystal. Wonderful. Right, that's done in the day. Let's move on to night now. We have got Braviary right at the start. So immediately up and to the left, if we scan, we will see there are two, they're question marks, but they are two Sandslashes. We need to activate the further away Sandslash, which involves hitting it And it's a bit of a tricksy shot because you can't see what the fuck you're aiming at. I've already missed the chance to actually do this, but let's practice anyway. Oh, it's here. Okay, let's hit this one then. So now... Nope. Okay. Should need to do that slightly earlier because it jumps up and spooks the Braviary. So, if we light up the Sandslash, and then, turns out, it will only be triggered to go up by the Braviary. So, that's your surprise shot of the Braviary. That should be the 4-star there. We now need to head all the way to the end of the level. So this might actually only be on level 1, so we'll see if it's here or not. Otherwise, we won't do anything. I suspect it is, because these guys shouldn't be here. There's a Weavile there. Hit it with a Fluff Fruit. We need to hit it with that as soon as we can before that Abomasnow that's behind it shoves it. There we go. That moves these Weaviles forward. Oh, we can do it on this one. And then begins a bit of a race. These Piplups are on the side. Go for a race. There we go. There's your racing Piplup. So they'll only do this if the Weavils are there to officiate. And the Weavils are only there to officiate if you detach... If you knock them in there before that Abomasnow comes and shoves them out the way. Hit the Vulpix with an Illumina Orb, and it will do Powder Snow there, which is the behaviour we are after. I think I got both of those there. Let's check. Wonderful, that's looking good on both of them. The surprised Braviary. And the Vulpix performing Powder Snow. Brilliant. And that's gold on the Braviary. Oh my god, I've only just learnt instead of having to mash A through this scene, you can just hold R and it speeds through it. I was just holding R to speed through that because my brain holds R to speed through things because of the turbo nozzle. Turbo nozzle? Just turbo it's called. But turns out, yeah, you can just skip all of his valuations just full speed without having to go Good lord. Anyway, up next we are going to do Vanilluxe in the nighttime. So this one I could have done when I was last in this cave on the way out to do the Vulpix, but I didn't. Here we have to hit the Crystal Bloom over there. Not the Vanilluxe, that we are going for the Vanilluxe. Hit the Crystal Bloom over there. And then if we hit that Jinx up there... Unfortunately, this means, as I've discussed, but I thought we didn't have to interact with Jinx again, but apparently we do. Hit it enough times with an Illumina Orb, and it will jump down, and in response... Vanilluxe will... I don't want to think about what caused the Vanilluxe to suddenly emit that kind of go... poof, and shoot out a snow ring. It's to do with Jinx. Don't think about it. It makes everyone happier and better. But that behaviour is indeed the 4-star we were looking for. So let's submit that. It's gold. There we go. Now we have 2 more to do this episode. First off, we're going to do Beartic. So we have to go through the alternative pair of routes to come out in the kind of like ice flow section. Now here at the end with the sleeping Beartic, we need to chuck a Fluff Fruit into the water to get a Magikarp to pop out of it. Then we wake up the Beartic with the Fluff Fruit, and it'll hop into the water. And that was what I was supposed to take a photo of, but I just fucking didn't. I just did the behavior and then was like, oh. Oh my god. There we go, that should be it. I just can't even explain it last time. I just watched it do it and was like, oh yeah, should have taken a photo of that. Let's hope that worked. It did seem to work, yes, there we go. Actually, quite a lot of that animation is the 4-star. That's exceptional. Definitely submitting that one. Yes, this is all I want to show the Professor. Game's putting a bit of fear in me, but there we go. Yep, that is 4-star, silver only, but there we go. Right, now we are going to do the final one, which is Suicune. Suicune you get at the end, but you have to pretend you're unlocking the entire pathway through to it. I'll explain what I mean. Let's go to the first secret area. So here we watch the Crabominable, which will move over here. We then, as it's punching this tree, have to supercharge it with an Illumina Orb, and it will shed ice onto that Abomasnow, which will then wake up. Is that a Glaceon? Huh, didn't know that was up there. And then we take a photo of the Froslass, who then sees us and disappears off. This is how we would unlock this route. We don't need to do this in order to not unlock the route, because the route is always unlocked. But we do need to do this in order to unlock Suicune at the end. So, let's head through, and then once we're through the cave, we'll know we've done this right, because there's a Jinx here riding an Avalugg. If we hit the Jinx with an Illumina Orb, that will start the process of Suicune appearing. There we go. So as Suicune comes in, we now need to hit it with an Illumina Orb. This can be a bit of a tricksy shot, but you get this moment here where it's basically coming straight at you. And I biffed it because there was a Beartic in the way. Oh, yes, right. It should now get stuck behind an Avalugg. Okay, that works. We need it to go up to this Delibird here. It'll go up to the Delibird, and it'll roar at the Delibird. When it does, hit it with an Illumina Orb, and it'll rear up onto its hind legs and do Aurora Beam, I think that might be, potentially. Maybe Blizzard, some kind of move, but either way, I think we got the shot we needed. Wonderful, there's your shot, and it's a cool-ass shot as well, though I think that one is probably my favourite. It's not actually doing the move yet, but it's roaring with the Aurora in the background, which is very cool. Never got a 1-star Avalugg. That's also not a 1-star Avalugg. Where is the Avalugg? Oh, is it that behind it there? Oh, that's weird. Oof. Crystal. 5,500. Wonderful. And that wraps us up for the 4 stars. There are actually still a few more to go. There's Sylveon and Houndoom, who are both only in their respective Illumina spots, and that is what we're going to be doing next episode. Everything Illumina spot related. We are going to be doing the final few 4 stars, the final few Lental requests, and finishing off stuff with Ancient Ruins, which is also a thing to get. And that'll be the final episode. We'll look through all our photos at the end of it. I hope you'll join me then. Thank you very much, and good day.